Alrighty guys, sorry about this. If you were watching the previous episode of For Glory, a game of gladiator combat and deck building, for some reason the internet went down, spit it out for like 5 minutes, so we just got started in the other one, so I'm going to start all over again with my intro to For Glory and talk about this is a super cool deck building gladiator combat game, which I think is awesome. You don't see too many gladiator games, which I love. And deck building game, I love my deck building, as you know. So I'm really excited to try For Glory and see what it's like. It does seem pretty interesting. So let's get into the table and talk about it a little bit. There are some terminology and stuff I'm going to, as a first-time player, I'm going to have to look up in the rule book. So if you're looking for a super quick, professional playthrough, this is probably not going to be that one, unfortunately, as we are just going to mill through this and try to figure it all out. So thanks for joining us. Let's get into the table. All right, For Glory, the game of gladiatorial combat and deck building. This is by Spielcraft Games and Alex Wolf. All right, I actually picked this up at Origins this year. Picked up the deluxe edition with the metal swords and the metal tokens and the metal money as well. Thank you, Edward. I am back. The internet went down, so thank you for coming back. I appreciate it. So we are looking at For Glory, again, gladiator combat. Now, as a note, For Glory is not solo enabled until you purchase the Champions expansion. Once you purchase the Champions expansion, you get this huge, massive deck. And this is even all the cards. There's a huge deck of cards here for the AI to run its little thing. So just keep that in mind as well. If you want to play this game solo, you must purchase, as far as I know, both games. You have to purchase the main game and the expansion game. So unfortunately, but I wanted to anyways because I knew I was going to probably be playing this solo. So that is the AI deck, which we'll get to in a minute. So in our first episode, before the internet went out, we actually set this up. This is the 3 areas you're going to be fighting over. These 2 locations will always stay in play. They are called again, I'm going to look it up because I want to make sure I get the terminology right. These are called the Fleeting Glory Arenas. Fleeting Glory. I wish I should write that down or something. They're each worth 1 glory when you win those locations. And when you win the location, you put the little sword on your side. And if you have the sword on your side, you can activate the special ability. If your opponent has it, then they can activate the special ability. This is the last location. That is called the Lasting Glory. It's worth 2 glory on it. And when you win it, you're going to actually take the card and put it in your area, which then you can then activate its special power, and then we will get a new one that comes up. All right. So that's one of the interesting things is how there is different, even though they're all locations that we're fighting over, these 2 are different than this one. And also, another important point is you can only maximum ever have 2 fights going on at a time. You can have 1 fight here and then 1 fight here between these 2. So if I was to put a gladiator here, the AI couldn't put a gladiator on this one because this one is now contested. You cannot fight over that one. And there is some strategy about this because obviously once I own this one, I don't want to fight over this one anymore. I want to fight over this one. But the AI might want to fight over this one and try and get this away from me. So there is a lot of strategy going on with that. Again, this one will cycle through. It is also worth more victory points as well. All right, there are 3 massive decks of cards over here. Again, once you have the Champions expansion, there is 3 different decks. And if you spill them all over the place, Jester, that's not going to help. This first deck is the Government Resource deck. It's a resource deck, I think. It's got a little bag in the corner, and there's a whole bunch of them. These are all resources, they're technically resource cards, but they do special things. There's going to be citizens on here that you can purchase. That they're going to give you certain things. There is going to be some locations that are going to get you some money. There's going to be like this one here is for money. This one here is get some influence, which we'll talk about here in a minute. Some of these just you have special abilities on them. So there are all kinds of different things you want to do. Each one of these decks over here is going to have out 3 cards out in play that anyone can purchase at a time. And because I'm playing solo, normally you would put out the cards kind of facing neutral. But because I'm playing solo, I'm going to have all the cards facing me because why not? I don't have to worry about somebody else wanting to see the cards. So we're just shuffling these cards out, and we're gonna grab 3 of them, put them out. Let's see what we get. We get Velna Censor. It's a patron. So again, once you purchase a card, just like a normal deck building, it's going to go in your discard pile. Once you get them through your deck and he comes back in your hand, then you can play them into your villa. Once you have cards out in your villa, then they're going to give you whatever bonuses and special abilities they can do. The cost is always down here in the bottom right hand corner. So in this case, he costs 4 for this guy. And then it gives you any special ability. Reduce the cost to buy back your reserve by 1 coin, 2 coins, 1 coin. I think that's a 1. I think that's a 1. I think that's a 1. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's a 1. Okay. So we haven't talked about reserve, but reserve is we're gonna run out of space. We're gonna have to slide these cards over a little bit. There we go. All right, second card there is buy it for 3 and it's worth 3 money. That's pretty good. And the third card is Mercantor. Purchases it for 5 and it has a reaction. When the Mercantor enters your villa, you gain 4 coin tokens. And then it gives you 1 influence. That's pretty good. All right. So those are your what we call that the resource deck, I believe is what that is called. The next deck here is going to be, and it's a massive deck, as you can see here. It is Gladiators. I know, weird that they would have gladiators in a gladiator combat game. And there's all kinds of gladiators, and they each have different special abilities and blah, blah, blah. They have the costs down here to purchase them. Then each gladiator has a total attack value. They have a total hit point value, and then they have a speed initiative value. They call it dodge, but it's basically initiative. And then they might have a special ability, something they can do. And then more importantly, it shows you how much influence you must have out there for this guy to enter into an arena. So you must have 1 for this guy. 1 for this guy. Some of them will probably cost more. This guy, you can see, costs 2 influence. And each of them have special abilities that they can do. All right. Which, again, we'll look at more specifically when we get into combat here shortly. It doesn't take long, let me tell you. All right, so we're shuffling this deck up. There's several copies of every card in here. I think there's like 2 copies of every card. So you might get a situation where you have the same gladiator as your opponent, which is a little weird. Like, hey, how can you have my guy? But, I mean, you can think of them as brothers or cousins or whatever, even though they have the same name. Anyways, let's, boom, boom, and boom. There we go. First gladiator is Mordax. Costs 1 influence. His 4 attack, 2 health. No, again, it's initiative, reflex. Costs 6 to purchase. And he has a reaction. While attack damage dealt by Mordax defeats a gladiator, deal 2 damage to a target gladiator. Nice. So when he defeats somebody, he gets to do 2 more damage to somebody else. Nice. What else do we got? We got Vorlantius. Costs 6 to bring him in. He only attacks for 2. Only 1 health. 3 quickness. So you might want to pick him up so you go first. Going first in this game is pretty good. Costs 1 influence to bring him in. You may reserve Vorlantis. You may pay Vorlantis as a reaction when damage is assigned. And you spend a coin reaction when Vorlantis enters an arena. Prevent 1 damage to a target gladiator. Okay, so he kind of jumps in front of other gladiators so they don't take damage. Interesting. Nice. And then we have Curorius. Curinus. We'll go with Curinus. Costs 5 to purchase, 1 attack, 4 health. He's kind of tanky. 1 reflex. 1 influence to put him on the battlefield. Reaction. When Curinus attacks, you may exhaust any number of other gladiators you own. For each gladiator exhausted, Curinus gains +3 attack until the end of the combat turn. Now this guy would work well with this guy because he only has 2 attack. So you could exhaust him as well, and he would add 3 to this guy. All right, so that is cards that'll be out there for us to purchase. There's another deck of things to play. This deck here is called the Tactics deck. Tactics deck. Couldn't get it out. Blah. Tactics deck. And it has all kinds of crazy special, basically think of it as special abilities, like Savage Blow, deal 3 damage to an enemy. Counterattack, when damage is assigned, reassign up to 3 damage from a target gladiator to a different gladiator. Withstand, when damage is assigned, prevent up to 2 damage to the target gladiator. Deflect, when damage is assigned, reassign up to 2 damage to a different gladiator. Inspire, ready a target gladiator. You may remove 1 damage from that gladiator. So all kinds of special abilities that you have. Instead of having the special abilities on the actual characters, you have tactics cards to play that will allow you to put those special abilities in play on anyone, which is, I think, a really neat, cool idea. So we have resources. Kind of think of this as the resource and people. This is obviously your gladiators and your fighters, and then this is all your special abilities. Obviously, getting lots of gladiators with lots of special abilities and getting lots of guys out so you can bring out lots of gladiators is kind of what you want to try to do is your deck building. And getting different combos and special abilities working together would be super cool. Alright, so let's see what tactics we got. We have Withstand, costs 5 to bring in. When damage is assigned, prevent up to 2 damage to a target gladiator. So basically, they do damage, I can prevent 2 of it. Boom. Backstab. Costs 2 to purchase. Exhaust a target patron. Ooh, that's interesting. That's not going to be great in solo. But if you are playing against your opponent, you can exhaust a patron. Again, the patrons are the ones that are going to give you the influence so you can put the gladiators out there to fight. If for some reason you lose influence, because your Patreons become exhausted or die or get removed, then you're going to have to remove gladiators that you have out on the battlefield. Obviously, the AI doesn't deal with that situation, but if you're playing against an opponent, it would. And last but not least, we have Vestal's Blessing. Costs 5. That guy is doing some serious work there. When damage is assigned, prevent 1 damage to a target gladiator. Then place a blessing on that gladiator after damage is done. So, here's blessings. I didn't get the special, I don't know if they have special blessings, but I got just wood blessings. These basically, think of these as shields. Like when you take damage, you remove your blessing and you ignore all the damage. So it can prevent 1 damage, it can prevent 1,000 points of damage. It doesn't matter. Whenever you take damage, you must remove a blessing. It's not a choice. You don't get to choose. You have to remove your blessing. Okay? So, this is our special favor token, the crowd favor. That's what it's called, the crowd favor token, and it's so cool. It looks so neat. I love it. Crowd favor basically breaks ties. Okay, you start with 5 coins. Right, 5 coins. We are the first player. Whoever is the second player gets the crowd favor. Obviously, the AI cheats. They're going to get the crowd favor. If you're playing against your friend, then you're going to randomly determine who's going to go first, and then the other player gets the crowd favor. It's kind of a bonus. All right. So, again, you're starting with 14 cards. Most of them are obviously crappy. They don't do much. You have a crappy gladiator that's a 2/2/0. You have some purchase money. You have a coal, which is gain 2 coin tokens, or choose a card other than coal in your hand and remove it permanently, so it's kind of a way to get rid of bad things. You have the Crooked Senator, who gives you an influence, and that allows you to put a gladiator out. This guy doesn't cost any influence. This guy doesn't either. So, anyways, obviously you start with a bunch of really bad kind of, chunky cards, and we wanna try to get better cards. Should we try? Let's go. All right, and you get 7 cards. Oh, one thing we didn't talk about, and this is super important, which is not a normal action. So I want to talk about it for a minute. Is it is called. It is called the, what is it called? So there's 3 phases to the game. There is the machinations phase, which is basically where you're playing cards and purchasing cards and putting cards in play, and kind of all the action stuff. Then we have the after that, we have the arena phase. This is where you have combat and things happen in that phase. And then, last but not least, we have the, what is it called? It starts with the B. It's called the, no, it's not. It is preparing. It's not, I keep thinking it's preparing, but it's not preparing. What is it called in this game? Basically, you can put cards into a side area that's not in play, right? It's not in your villa. You have what they call the villa. You have a reserve area. The cards that you put in your reserve area, you should be using for things that are going to be coming up in the upcoming fight, which are going to be, and if I can find the stupid reserve, action reserve. There we go. I knew it was around here somewhere. So reserve any number of tactics and reaction cards from your hand. You can only reserve tactics and reaction cards and put them aside. Okay? This is the way you can save cards for later. Your reserve is a face-down card pile that is separate from your deck and your discard pile. Tactics cards may only be played on your combat turn during the arena phase, and reaction cards may only be played on specific times. If you draw one of these type of cards during your machination turn, you can save it for later by adding it to your reserves. So you don't have to worry about, oh, I bought this tactics card. It's cycled through my deck, but I can't use it because we're not doing that phase. You can basically save it for later. Now here's the interesting part is once you put it aside, right, you can buy back your reserve into your hand at absolutely any time by paying coin equal to the number of cards in your reserve. So if you have 6 cards in your reserve, it's going to cost you 6 coins. You don't have a choice, and that's the example they give you. You have to purchase all the cards back. So if you're going to put cards aside, you want to make sure you keep money for those cards. So that is the reserve action. You can absolutely do this at any time. You pay coins equal to the number of cards in your reserve, and you will usually want to buy your reserve back during the arena phase because that's when you're playing reactions and when you're playing tactics is during the arena phase. All right, hopefully those rules make sense. Let's get to it and show it off. All right, I think I'm going to make a lot of mistakes. But the last thing that's kind of important is how do we know when fights happen, right? Fights happen when the, I don't know the terminology, but whenever the value of all the arena people out there equal or exceed this value, which is, in this case, 10. So once we have 10 points worth of enemies in play, or in total, I think it's in total, right? It's in total, I'm pretty sure. All right. Check for the arena phase, right? Add up the total bloodlust, that's what it's called, bloodlust value of all gladiators in all arenas, including all players' gladiators. If this total meets or exceeds the top bloodlust card, the arena phase begins now. So basically, it's bloodlust time. So once we get enough of the gladiators out, that's what this number is. Once you lose all those numbers, add up to 10 or more, then we will have our first fight. Then the next time it'll be 15, then the next time it'll be 20, then it'll be 25, and then it'll be 25. And that's it. Yes, the reserve rule alone should be used in more games. Imagine reserving cards in Marvel Champions. Yeah, I know, right? Right? Yeah. Right, Edward. You're onto something, my friend. You are onto something for sure. I do like that rule for sure. It's like, well, why would I buy these tactics when, I have to get them out at the right time? Well, you don't necessarily have to. But it does cost you, right? Because then it's going to cost you more money to get them back out of your reserve. So it's really debates, do I want to keep this? Do I not want to keep this? All right, anyways, let's get to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm going to put my draw deck way over here just so it's out of the way. Now let's see what we got here. All right, so we got basically 5 purchasing power. Oh, the way you also start with 5 coins. So I'm going to put those right there, 5 coins. There we go. All right, so I own 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I can purchase a lot of things. We have 2 other cards. We have Fresh Perspective. I can gain 1 coin token, and you may discard the face-up cards of 1 supply deck, then turn 3 new cards from that supply. So basically, if I don't like these gladiators, I can remove all of them, draw 3 new ones out there, it gives me a fresh perspective. Same thing with either one of this or that, and I get a coin. So I'm going to play it, and I'm going to get a coin, and I am thinking about, you know, I don't know the cards, but I know this is a dead card because obviously I can't play it on the AI. He doesn't put out patrons. He doesn't put out patrons. So, yeah, we're going to go ahead and just discard all of these and we'll draw 3 new ones. Why not? And I'm just going to put these at the bottom. We got Pierce. Deal 1 damage to a target gladiator. If that gladiator is defeated using this combat turn, you may pay 2 coins to return Pierce to your hand. Only costs 1. Turn the tables. Costs 5 when damage is assigned. Reassign 1 damage from a target gladiator to another target gladiator. And last but not least, another copy of Turn the Tables. All right, well, I don't know if that worked out in our favor or not. Then we have a gladiator. Doesn't cost any influence to put out. Now, the important part is we get to go first once again. These 2 things, these 2 arenas, think of these as an arena and this is an arena. The fleeting, what is it called? Fleeting something arena. The fleeting, I want to get this terminology down right someday. The Fleeting Glory Arena, right? So these 2 are Fleeting Glory Arena. You can only fight over one of these at a time. So if I was to put my guy here, we are going to be fighting over this one and not this one. So is there like one that I mean, obviously if you were to get this one, right? Each of your gladiators gains +1 health. That seems pretty good. But obviously if the opponent gets that, that's going to really give him the upper edge. But I'm going to try for it. I'm going to place Andubuta in there. All right, so he's got 1 attack, 1 health, 2 quickness, and you may late register Andubuta for free. We didn't talk about late registration. We'll show you that when it happens if we need to. So I'm going to put him out there. I could put him out over to this one and try and win this as well, but then the AI might choose one of these, and I don't want that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I got 5 to purchase. All right. I am going to buy Quinrinus. Quirinus, right? He's only got an attack of 1, 4 health, 1 quickness, only costs 5, but he has a reaction when Quirinus attacks. You may exhaust any number of other gladiators of your own. For each gladiator exhausted, Quirinus gains +3 to the end of the combat turn. So this goes in my discard pile, right there. And we get a new one. Boom. Vernus. That costs 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now I do have 6 coins I could purchase things with. And I am going to I'm going to spend 3 coins. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And I'm going to buy this card right here because it costs 3, but it gives me 3 money. Shady Dealings. I love my income cards. You know that. You know that. So I'm going to buy that for 3. And I am done. Look at that. We're out of cards. We're done. Let's go. Draw 7 new ones. 7 new ones. There we go. All right, we'll look at this and this and this in a minute. This is our money. All right, so the AI. Again, we did shuffle this, but I will shuffle it again for you guys. Okay, AI is going to simply play a card on its turn. And there's going to be 1 of 3 things. We have the Machinations phase, which is what we're doing now. We have the Combat phase, And we have the reaction phase. Obviously, we're going to be looking at this one right here because that's what he does during this phase. So, what we have to do is look at the... All right, so that symbol right there. Place top 2 gladiators from supply deck into, and then it has that symbol. That symbol says arena. No, it says fleeting glory. So it's got one little dot on it. So he's going to take top 2 gladiators from supply deck into fleeting glory. So he is simply going to take the top 2, 1 Furious, and 2 Q Dietrix. Reaction: when you use a tactics, deal 1 damage to a target gladiator. So that's what he did on his turn, right? This card goes away. We'll put that over there. That's fine, out of the way. We look to see 4, 5, 6, 7. We got 10. Holy cow. We're going to be fighting over this in a minute. And he's got a lot of gladiators out there. And we don't have anybody. Nice. Nice. All right. Just not good. All right, so what are we going to do? All right, we're going to play Cole. Cole allows us to gain 2 coins. So 1, 2 coins. And then choose a card other than Cole in your hand and remove it from the game permanently. So we're going to remove... We could remove the Crooked Senator. But I think we're going to get rid of Business as Usual. Get that out of the game permanently. All right. Then I'm going to put in Cetus here. And then I'm going to put in my, basically my villa, the Crooked Senator. So he's in play now. And he'll give me 1 influence. And then I have 3 purchasing power. I'm going to need more influence. 1, 2, 3. I do have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, we're going to definitely buy this Mercantor. Right? Reaction: when you put this, when he enters your villa, gain 4 coin tokens, and he gives us an influence. It only costs 5, so I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that goes in my discard pile. We refill this. We count these up: 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We do not have 10 yet, so we're okay. We don't have Arena. I will finish drawing, and I have a feeling if we're gonna fight, it's gonna be ugly here in a minute. Ugh. I got my 2 starter guys. He's got 2 fresh guys. That doesn't sound fair, does it? No, not at all. Cheating bastard. Ludus Magnus is the AI's name. Ludus Magnus. Ludus Magnus. Cool name. But he still cheats. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's see what we got here. We got Cole, Business as Usual, Fresh Perspective, Mercantor, Shady Dealings, Business as Usual, Business as Usual. Let's hope he doesn't put out any more gladiators, or we're going to be in big trouble. So, this says... Place top gladiator from supply deck into lasting glory. Top into lasting glory. That's over here by itself. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh no! Oh no! This is bad. This is very bad. This is extremely bad. I'm talking. This game might be over before it even starts. Holy cow! This AI is no joke. Whoo-wee! What's going on, Demi? Happy holidays to you, my friend. So, if you have the crown favor, which he does, add up all of the total bloodlust values of all gladiators in all arenas, including both players' gladiators. If this total meets or exceeds the top bloodlust value, an arena phase begins after this step. If the total bloodlust value of all gladiators in all arenas is less than the top bloodlust value, proceed to the next player's machinations turn. If you do not have the crown favor, do not check. Oh, so you only check that if you have the crown favor. The crowd favored even. Alright, well, we're going right into the arena phase. So, and I don't have any tactics to play. Do I? This is the... Alright, so we're going to go through this kind of slow. We're going to go through this kind of slow. No, the only ones that are resolved will have gladiators. And you can only ever have 2 fights at a time. You can only fight one of these two, and this one. So you can only ever have 2 fights going on at a time. That's why I chose to put my gladiators there, because I wanted to fight over this. If a gladiator comes out for this one, you can only put gladiators on that one and this one. This one will rotate and change. These 2 will never change. Yes, this does seem empty on my side. It does. Yeah, we'll go through this and we'll show you. So the first thing we do when we enter the arena phase is we do late registration. All right, so late registration is where you can say, yeah, we're going to bring extra guys into the fight that aren't out there yet. Right? And there's special rules in our solo mode book for this, for the AI. Not that he needs any more help. Oh my God. Like, seriously, this guy is going to completely decimate us horribly. Late registration for the AI. So, he always goes first in late registrations. Normally, if we were playing face-to-face against my buddy, I would do late registration, then he would go. But in the solo, Ludus Magnus always goes first, so that way you can see what he does. Kind of help you out, maybe. I don't know. So we're going to draw a card. What we do is we draw a card for each glory the player has and perform the action in the mercanization section for each of the drawn cards, and then draw one additional Ludus Magnus card for each reigning champion token the Ludus Magnus has, and perform the action on the machinations card, and then the player may late register any number of gladiators according to the number of rules. So he's going to get he would get a card for each, draw a card for each glory the player has. So, i.e., if the player has 3 glory, then he would draw 3 cards. Then he draws 1 additional Ludus Magnus card for each reigning champion token that Ludus Magnus has and performs the action, blah, blah, blah. He doesn't have any reigning champion tokens, and he doesn't have any of that. So he's not, in the first turn, right, the first go, he's not going to get any of these because we don't have any glory. All right. Great. So, we're going to fight the battle now, just like normal. We're going to determine initiative. We're going to determine initiative. We add up all... we always fight this one last. The Fleeting Glory always is last. You always do the... I'm sorry, the... I always get these... they should have called one, like... The Fleeting Glory is always first. The Fading, what is it called? Now I can't even remember the name of it. It is called Lasting Glory. I'm gonna write down, like, all right. I told you I was going to write it down because I'm sick and tired of... That is Lasting Glory. Over here is Fee. That is a Fading Glory over here. And one more. Here we go. There we go. Now, all right. So you can only ever have one Fading Glory fight every time. Yes. So late registration happens. AI goes first. Now it's our turn. And so if we had any gladiators that we wanted to bring in, we could do that. But we don't have any gladiators. I have a bunch of coins. I have a patron. I have a fresh perspective. And I have a call. So I can't bring anything in because I have nothing in my hand. If I could bring something in, you would spend, I think it's 3 coins. To bring, if you can bring in a gladiator, it costs you 3 coins out of your hand, I think. Where's the rule book? Over here. Late registration. Let's see what it says. I think it's 3 coins. Yeah, pay 3 coins to add a gladiator from your hand to the arena. So, there you go. There you go. I was right for a change. So I don't have anything I can do. I have the coins, but yeah, it doesn't help us. So that is so we would do Arth. He would get things, he would get cards, he would get more cards, and then we would get to do it. Basically is what they're saying there. Then we go to determine initiative. This works just like it would be face to face. Where did all his guys go? Oh, right here is his other guy. Okay. So you add up. We always do the Fading Glory fight first. And then last you do the Lasting Glory. So Fading Glory first. You add up all the gladiators from your side that are in that fight. In this case, he has a 1 and a 1, so his initiative is 2. I have 2 and 0, which is 2. So it's a tie. When it's a tie, I believe whoever owns this token breaks the tie. Which doesn't help me there. I need to double check this rulebook. This is a really good rulebook, by the way. Alright. Case of the tie, the player with the crown favor gains the initiative. So, he goes first because he's got the token. I love this token. I can literally sit here and look at this all the time. That's so cool. Anyways, he's got that token. Let's put it over there. Okay. On his turn, the AI then, in a fight, let's start here. In a fight, you will attack once, and you will play a tactics card, and then it will go to your opponent. So on your turn, you can play an attack, right? This guy can attack for 2. This guy can attack for 1. Whatever. Blah, blah, blah. So on your turn, you can attack, and you can do a tactics card. And you can do them in either order. You can do an attack, and then a tactics, or you can do a tactics and attack. You cannot do an attack and attack. You cannot do a tactics and a tactics. You can only do an attack and a tactics. Only do an attack and a tactics. AI is the same way. They only do an attack and a tactics. What you do is you draw a card and you look at the combat section. On the combat section, he will have an attack and he'll have a tactics. You will read whatever the top one is. In this case, it's going to be a combat one. And he's going to do his combat first. If the combat one had like this symbol and there wasn't anything there, then you would ignore it and go to the tactics one. And so let's see if we would draw. Let me give you a good example here. Hang on a second. Maybe I can find one. Maybe I can't. I don't know. Let's see if I can find one that gives us an example where he's not doing combat. Well, that's not good. He's doing a lot of combat. Holy crap. Yeah, all right. Well, I can't find a good example, so we're going to ignore it and just move on. So, he will do his combat. Boom. And what we will do is we will look and see what his thing says to do. So, he is going to do that. All right, which is Ludus Magnus. All right, that's a little symbol for Ludus Magnus. All right, then he's going to do this one, which is highest health. So he's going to look at his heroes, and he's going to see the one with the highest health. Well, this guy is 2. This guy is 2. So we got to go to the tiebreaker. The tiebreaker is whenever you have a tie like this between 2 gladiators, is you add up all their values. So this guy is 2, 4, 5. This is 3, 4, 5, 6. So with the tiebreaker, this guy wins the tiebreaker. So this guy is basically the guy that he is going to activate. This guy right there. This guy is going to attack the player's lowest effective health. So effective health is your total health minus any damage that you have. So like if this guy had a damage on him, he would be at 1 hit point. This guy is also at 1 hit point. So obviously effective health in this case is he's going to take his highest health guy. Where is the card? Here it is. He's going to go as the AI is going to take his highest health hero. He's going to attack the player's lowest effective health. So in this case, he's going after Antabuta. All right, so he's going to do an attack from this guy to this guy. Simple as it is. He doesn't do any special abilities. He doesn't use this special ability. He just does an attack. He's going to do 3 points of damage. He's going to do 3 points of damage. And what you do is you assign the damage. All right? You assign the damage, and then you can play reaction cards. You can do special abilities. You can do all kinds of, this is where you would play your tactics cards, right? In this case, I don't have anything that I can play that's going to help. So in this case, we're just going to assign the damage. 3 damage. He's only got 1 hit point. He is dead. He is dead. He is dead. So he's going to go into my discard pile because he's just wounded. He's not dead. Right? And I get a coin because each of my gladiators is insured. And so whenever they take damage, I get a coin for whatever reason they have insurance. All right, so that's his attack. Remember, I said you can do an attack and a tactics. You can do one of each in either order. Attack, tactics, tactics, attack. You can only do one of each. Great. So he's done his attack. So we're going to draw another card, which I will shuffle this deck up since I looked at some of the cards. So we're going to draw another card, and then this time we're going to look just under the tactics because he's not playing another attack. You cannot do more than one attack. All right. So we'll draw a card, and we'll look at the tactics. In this case, he has no tactics to play. His turn is done. He played his combat. He played his tactics. In this case, he couldn't do a tactics, which you can't, a lot of times you can't, and so you're done. So it goes to our turn. Guess what we can do? I know this is crazy, and you might not have heard this, but you can do 1 attack and 1 tactics card. Unfortunately, I got a really bad draw, and all I have left is this guy. Oh, this guy, poof, he is spent. He's exhausted because he did an attack. So he's done. There's nothing else he can do with this guy. All right. Now we go to my guy. If I would have drawn some of those tactics cards, this fight would be different. But I don't have anything. I don't have anything in my hand, so I can't do anything about it. All right. So I can do an attack. I'm going to have this guy attack this guy. All right. He does an attack of 2. This guy has, we assign the damage to this guy here. And then we draw a card. And again, there are 3 parts. The action phase, the combat phase, and then the reaction phase. So we're going to react and see if he can play something that might adjust that damage. So we draw a card, and we go to his reaction. In this case, he has no reaction. He's going to take the damage. So he's taking the damage, 2 damage. He only has 2 life. He is dead. Well, not dead. He is discarded into the ether world. Wow. We actually put him in the discard pile from the gladiators because the AI doesn't have its own deck. But he's gone. My guy's spent. We are not done with this fight yet. We're done with this round. We're done with this round. So now he has to pass because he doesn't have anyone, right? And I have to pass because I don't have anyone. So we ready everyone and we fight another round. We do the same thing. We look at initiative. He's got 1. I got 0. He's got 1, I got 0, means he wins. He can do, I don't know if you've heard this before, 1 attack and 1 tactics. So, he'll go to attack. Boom. Oh boy, here we go. So, he is going to, boom, boom, boom. He's going to take his highest health. It doesn't really matter. He's going to take this guy, obviously, because it's the only guy he got. And he's going to attack my guy, which is, it's the only guy he can do, right? He's going to do 3 attack, my guy, right? Unless I have a way to prevent the damage, he's going to die. Because, yeah, that's what happens. And he dies. Because he only has 2 life. But I've got insurance. So I get a coin. Yay. This guy goes in the discard pile. Guess what? This fight is over. He wins. He gets the glory for glory. I don't know if you know the name of this game. For glory. We're doing this for glory. We're not doing it to win. We're doing it for the glory. So he wins, and he gets this. That means he gets this special ability from now on the rest of the game. No. He does, the AI doesn't. Normally, if I was playing face-to-face, you would get this. But the AI doesn't use these. He just keeps it away from me, basically, is what he's doing. But he gets a glory for that. Let's go to this fight. Oh, look. This is going to be kind of a one-sided fight. He's got a guy. I don't have any money. It's over. He wins. And he gets 2 glory. He's halfway home to winning. He also gets this card, and we flip up a new card, which is Salamis. It's a tactics, exhaust Salamis to give a target gladiator plus 4 health until the end of the battle. Woo! Nice. Nice. All right. Then we refresh the arenas with new glory on them. In this case, these always gets 2 lasting glory. And at the end of the fight, all the gladiators go back in your discard pile. Yes, good point, Edward. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate that. Good question. But he's got 3 glory. I have 0. Again, you play to 6 glory. Once you get 6, it's over. Boom, done. So he's halfway home. All right, we better get busy. Now we go back to the machinations phase. I'm going to call again, and I'm going to get rid of business as usual out of the game. Probably should put that up there so it's out of the way. All right, so that's done. I can now bring in our Mercantor. Let's see. Trying to put this where you guys can see. I'm going to bend down the camera a little bit. All right. So now I have 2 influence. I can actually bring in gladiators if I had them. Fresh perspective. I am going to hold on to that for a second. 3, 4, 5. I'm going to spend 3, 4, 5 and a coin, make it 6. And we're going to bring in Mordax. Costs us an influence. His reaction, when attacked, damage dealt by Mordax defeats a gladiator, deal 2 damage to a target gladiator. 4 attack, 2 life, kind of wimpy, and no, but we're going to see how it goes with that. And that was the 5 that I spent on him. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the coin was 6. And then I'm going to play Flash Perspective, gain a coin. And I'm going to wipe these 3 out again and see what else is in this deck. Why not? What are we going to do? Defy Fate. What is this? This looks interesting. When damage is assigned, prevent any amount of damage to the target gladiator. Then deal that much damage split as you choose among gladiators you own. Oh, okay. Not as good as I thought it was going to be. Mayhem. Deal 1 damage to each of up to 4 target gladiators. Pierce. Deal 1. We've seen that one. All right. So that was my fresh perspective. I'm done. Let's see if we can draw a little bit better hand. 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep, only 6 I get to draw. Okay, so time does so time to work on the lasting glory area first. Yeah, if I had some gladiators, that'd be great. I need to get some gladiators first. So 7. Let's see what the AI does. Let's see what we have. Oh, we got one of our gladiators. And a fresh perspective and some money. Did all of our guys die? What the hell happened? Holy crap. No, one guy's there. We got a couple. Oh my god, I got 3 gladiators and I didn't draw any of them? Are you kidding me? What kind of bullshit is that? That's ridiculous. I'm telling you. Oh, by the way, at the end of the arena phase, at the end, I forgot this. I just remembered. At the end of the arena phase, after you assign, and you're done with all the battles, and you've assigned all the glory, whoever has the least amount of glory gets this trophy. The people are rooting for you now. Yay! They're rooting for me now. Because I have no glory. He's got 3 glories, so it always goes to whoever's got the least amount of glory. That's me. Of course it's me. So. Alright. Jeez Louise. I'm telling you, these cards are killing me. So, what did he do? He didn't do anything yet, because it's his turn. So, he is going to... let's see if I can match up the symbols. They're not too hard. He's going to draw a gladiator and put him in the fleeting glory box. Okay? So he's going to draw a gladiator and put him in the fleeting glory box. Now, I'm sorry, is it fleeting or fading glory? Fleeting glory. I keep calling it fading glory. That's why I get confused. It's fleeting glory. It's not fading glory. It's fleeting glory. Fleeting glory. Oh my god, I can't even do that right. Good lord. Ignore me. Let's try this again. Fleeting glory. Let's try fleeting glory. Let's try that one. Let's try that. All right, let's try that. Fleeting glory. All right. There we go. There we go. So, all right, so the AI has a little flow chart, basically, because he is going to be he's going to draw a guy, he's going to put him out here on the fleeting glory. Again, you can only choose one of these two, right? So it's either this one or this one, never both of these. One of these two. So which one does the AI want to do? Does he want to do this one or does he want to do this one? Well, the AI is got, like I said, he's got a little flow chart. But basically what he's doing is he's going to see if he owns one, he wants to get the other one. If I own one of them, he's going to try and take that away from me. So if he owns one, he's going to go after the other one. If I own one, he's going to go after the one I own. So in this case, he's going to go after this one. So he's going to draw a guy. He's going to put him there. And it's, oops, we also forgot to do this. At the end of combat, you draw a new boast. So now we're not going to fight until we get to 15. That is part of... all right, it is part of the... Maybe, Where does it say that you go to the next one? That's a good question. Where does it say that? Oh, take a boost card whenever you win a Lasting Glory Arena. Right? So he won the Lasting Glory, so he takes that boost card. So whenever you win a Lasting Glory, you get the boost card. And it goes to the next one. Alright, so anyways. He's going to put a gladiator here. And, yeah. He's got 4 health, 1 attack, 1... Okay, it's our turn now. It's our turn. Screw you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I got Quenridus. Got a fresh perspective, and I got a bunch of money. Now, again, once somebody puts one on this one or this one, you cannot put one on this. So I cannot do this because that would cause 2 different fights. You can't do that. So if I'm going to go, I'm going to have to put this here on this one. I cannot put it there because you can only have one of these 2 ever in a fight at a time. I can put this guy here or here, but I cannot put him here. So, let's go after the Lasting Glory and see if we can win some Lasting Glory. I am going to spend 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to buy some 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're going for the big boy. We're going for 8. We're going for some mayhem. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plus the 3 is 8. We're buying some mayhem. And then I'm going to do fresh perspective. I'm going to wipe these gladiators out and see if we can find somebody a little tougher. A little tougher for us. Aurochs. Merlino. 6 health. Holy cow. And Provocator. 4 attack. There you go. That's a little better. Alright, so that was my fresh perspective. I draw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cards. And yes, I do actually have a gladiator in the fight now. Woohoo! Alright, back to the AI. He is going to, again, draw a gladiator and add him to the Fleeting Glory. So he's just going to keep pounding that section so he can take this away from us. So we have, let's see, 2, 4, 6 of 15. All right. All right, now you want it. Okay. All right, let's bring it home. All right, so now I have to be careful because I only have 2. I got to bring this up so you guys can see. I only have 2 influence. So I only have 2 influence worth of gladiators out there. So I need to get some more guys with influence. But I am going to bring on Mordox, Cetus, and Anabuta. Yes. Yes. Then I am going to call and get rid of this business as usual. I get to draw 2 coins. I still only have 2 influence worth of guys out there. for my Crooked Senator and my Mercantor. Now I have 4 to purchase. I'm going to need... What's this guy give us? Reduce the cost to buy back your reserve by 1 coin. Again, to bring your reserve back in, it's going to cost money. This guy would reduce that. I'm going to buy him. That sounds good. That's 4. Let's buy them. Let's buy him. All right. Now what are we up to? 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Uh-oh, it's getting close. It's getting close. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's go. Let's see what the AI does. Let's see what we got. Business, 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 business. Are you kidding me? Business? Are you kidding me? What kind of hand is this? I mean, come on. What are you doing to me, game? How much do you hate me? Like, seriously. Like, if I could have drawn some of the good cards. Ah, son of a bitch. Like, oh my God. Like, 6 money and a coal card is what you gave me. Like, seriously. You saw me shuffle, too. Oh my God. This game hates me. All right. It's not over yet. It's not over yet. It might be, but it's... Ooh, he's going to do something completely different this time. Which is... Cycle Gladiator Support Deck. So that's all he's going to do is cycle the Gladiator Support Deck. So basically putting out 3 new Gladiators. So that's good. We might get a chance to get some of these cards back out now. And now I thought he was going to screw me, but now I can do this card, call, boom. And I gain 2 coins. I'm up to 6 coins. And I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 money. Six money. Six money. Six, 7, 8, 9, 10. This guy is expensive. He's going to give us 10 though. 4 plus 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 10. I'm going to buy this guy right here. Docador. Each of your gladiators gets +1 fight, and he gives us a thing. +1 fight would be very good. And we got 1, 2, 3, 4. So we got a chance of drawing them. Come on, draw good cards, please. Draw a good card. Come on. Please be good. We got our Mayhem card, which we can play because it's a tactics card. You see it says tactics on it. It also has the tactics symbol. So we have 1 tactics we can do. All right, so if we can win initiative, which no, we will win initiative, won't we? Because we have the favor. The crowd loves us. Yes, because he's got 2 initiative. I have 2 initiative. So because we won this, woo, but we don't have 15 yet. We're getting there. So let's see what he does. What is he going to do on his turn? Oh no. This is not what we wanted to see at all. Lasting Glory, he's going to put. Place top 2 gladiators from supply deck into Lasting Glory. Ugh. Are you kidding me? So a 2 and a 3. No! Is that enough? Is that enough? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. It's enough for going to combat. Oh my God, this guy's got 7 health. Jeez. Holy cowabunga. And I didn't get my other gladiator. I didn't get my other gladiator. It must still be in here somewhere, right? Oh, right, I didn't buy him. Okay, well. This is, this is going to be interesting. All right. All right, we are going into combat. Ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Late registration, though. Late registration. Each glory I have. And draw 1 for each reigning champion token. He owns 1 reigning champion token, so he's going to get 1. Oh, he draws 1 of... what does he do? I think he draws a... And perform the action of the Machination Sanction. Okay. So he draws a card. Uh-oh. This doesn't look good. What is this malarkey he's up to? Deal 1 damage to... player highest attack at Fleeting Glory. So deal 1 damage. Well, this is actually a pretty good system they got going on here. This is a pretty good system. It's pretty intuitive once you know what you're doing. So deal 1 damage. Is that with this symbol? To player highest attack, and then the location is Fleeting Glory. So he's going to do 1 damage. He's going to just do 1 damage to our highest attack. Oh my God, that's Mordax. Okay. It's our turn. We can't late register anybody because number 1, we don't have $3 and we don't have any gladiators. So we go into initiative 2-2. Tiebreaker again, I believe. I'm going to just check this because I don't want to say I'm cheating. The player with the crown's favor gains initiative. We win initiative, and that is huge. Huge, 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 and I don't know if I mentioned this, it's huge. All right. Again, you can play 1 combat, and you can do 1 tactics. So we're going to play our tactics card first. We're going to play some mayhem, deal 1 damage to each of up to 4 target gladiators. So... this one here We're going to need some health tokens coming out here. We're going to do 1 to him. 1 to him. 1 to him. And 1 to him. Now, he can still react to every one of these. Yeah, I will attack with him before he dies, for sure. Especially because I'll show you here in a second what we might do. No, that's the other gladiator. That's this guy. He's in trouble. He can only do 1 attack. Ugh. Alright, so I've assigned damage. Now we got to draw a reaction card for every single one of these. So first one will go left to right. We'll just go Quinridis. And we'll look to see if he has a reaction. He prevents 3 damage, so no damage to this guy. So he played a card to prevent damage, is what that represents. Alright, we'll go to Thorax here. No reaction, so Thorax takes damage. Then we'll go to Thorax Part 2 over there. He's going to prevent 2 damage. Lovely. Oh, this is going so great. And then last but not least, Spindicus. He doesn't have a reaction. He'll take a damage. So, of all that, we ended up doing whopping 2 stinking points of damage. Okay. Wow. All right. Unfortunately, wow, this is just horrible. I'm telling you. So Mordax, we're going to exhaust him. He's going to do 4 attack. And we're going to try to do 4 damage to this guy right here. So we're going to assign 4 damage to him. Because that will kill him. If we can kill him, then he's got a special ability. Reaction. When attacking, damage dealt by Mordax defeats a gladiator. Deal 2 damage to a target gladiator. So if we can kill him, we can damage somebody else. So let's see what his reaction is. Oh, he's going to prevent 2. Are you kidding me? Son of a gun. So he will live. And now it's his turn. Boo. He can do 1 attack and 1 tactics. Let's see what he does. Alright, let's figure this one out. He is going to... So, Ludus Magnus is going to take his lowest attacker. So his lowest attacker is this guy. And then he's going to attack the player's highest health. Yes. Highest health. So his lowest attack is 1. He's going to go after... Ooh, excuse me. He's going after my highest health gladiator. Okay? So he's going to do 1 damage to my highest health gladiator. And when we look at highest health, we only look at the, not if they have damage, but what their value is. And in this case, it's a tie, 2 to 2. So then we add up all his values, which is 4, and all his values, which is 6. So this guy is actually technically higher than him. Unfortunately, because now his 1 damage is going to kill that guy off, which kind of sucks. So he would assign the damage, and then we can prevent it, but we can't prevent anything, so he's going to kill off our dude. He goes into our discard pile. And now he can have a tactic possibility. No tactic this time. He misses it. We move on. That's good. It's our turn. All right, I am going to have Cenis. Let's try and take this guy out. Let's see if Cenis can do it. We're going to assign 2 damage to him. And the AI says he's going to prevent 2 damage. Of course he is. Why wouldn't he? Son of a bitch. And I have no tactics. All right. That's it. His turn. Oh, this is going to go really well, I'm sure. So he's going to take his... where's this little cheat sheet here? He's going to take his lowest attacker. Oh, this guy's spent. So he's only got 1 guy, so it doesn't matter. And he's going to attack my highest health again. So this guy's attack of 2. Highest, what did I do is the highest health. Highest health is 2. That's this guy. So he's going to assign 2 damage, and that's going to kill him. Nice. Lovely. And then he gets a... and then he... Oops. Spins. And... Oh, he does have a tactics. Uh-oh. This is not good. What is that? I think that means... Remove... Yes, the player has to remove a patron. He's going to play a tactics card. He's going to remove one of our patrons, which is going to be the Mercantile. Now, we have to double check and make sure we don't have more gladiators that need influence than we have people available. We have 1, fortunately for us. We have 1, so... we don't have to discard gladiators. If we did, we would have to remove gladiators. So, fortunately, and the reason I chose this guy is because every time he enters your villa, we gain 4 coins. So, I'll cycle this guy around every time. Alright, we still have our guy to fight. He's going to assign a damage to... he's going to get wiped out here in a minute, so it's not going to matter. I will assign damage to there. Let's see what the AI does. He does nothing. He'll take the damage and leg it. Everyone's gone. He passes. I pass. We ready. And we go again. He has initiative of 2. I have initiative of 2. I have the special token. Nah, 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 nah. I am going to assign another damage there. Can we kill him off finally? No, he's going to prevent up to 2 damage. Lovely. And then tactics. I have no tactics. Again, I think it's over. I think he just won. Then he's going to take his, let's see. He is going to take his highest attacker. That's this guy. And he's going to attack my... highest attacker. So he's going to take his highest attacker to face my highest attacker. Oh, this guy readies. Oh, no, he doesn't. He just attacked. So this guy is going to attack, and he's going to kill off this guy. Now, because 2 guys... How many guys got killed? 1, 2, 3. So I get 3 coins. Woohoo! Because I have insurance on these guys. Alright, lovely. Battle's over. This guy gets discarded. This guy gets discarded. Actually, technically, you wait till the end of the battle because... yeah, and we'll assign that probably at the proper time as well. If he wins this battle, it's over because he's going to get this token and these 2. Initiative. He's got 2. I got 1. So, sounds like he would win the fight. So, let's see what he does. Alright, he does. Lowest cost. That's this guy. He's going to attack. Obviously, my guy, because there's only one guy there. So this guy's going to attack. He's going to do 1 damage. I can't prevent it. So he's spent. I will then attack for 1. Let's assign it there, I guess. And he will prevent it. Of course he does. Why wouldn't he? Oh my god, you cheating bastard. He will then have this guy attack me because it's the only guy he has available. I will draw a card just to make sure. Sure. Yeah, it doesn't matter what it says. It's the only guy he has. It's going to do 2 damage. And I think he's going to win. 2 damage. 2 damage. I can't prevent it. And then I will pass, he will pass, and then we're ready, everyone. And then they'll get to attack again and kill me. So, he will... yeah. He'll attack with his highest attacker, which will be this guy. And that'll be enough to kill me. Boom. I do get a coin. But he's going to get this. He's going to get this. And we would flip up another one of these and start again. He gets this. And there you go. He's got 6. I got 0. I got whitewashed. I got murdered. Murdered. Holy cow. That wasn't even good. What happened? I don't know what happened. I got murdered. Oof. I think it's a very tough game to begin with, but obviously the solo is no joke. It's you better be on your A game if you're going to take on the AI, because they're pulling guys off of this deck right off the bat. Now there is, I should mention, a Champions expansion. There's a Champions expansion that where you add champions to your hand to start the game, which might be of use to help keep the AI from just murdering you too quickly. There are champions, and they level up, and they're cool. You start off with a level 1 champion, and they got a really good special ability, and then every time he comes up, you can either put him out, or you can level him up to the next level, and there's 5 different levels. And they're pretty neat. So we didn't even get to use any of the special abilities. That was kind of stinky. AI deck run really good. I did like that. I'm going to actually keep these because I probably need them next time. I think the AI deck ran really fine. I think it's extremely... And I'm playing on easy mode. So what I mean by easy mode is all the normal cards, there's 100 cards that just have a number down here in the corner. There's 100 cards from 1 to 100. Then there are cards that you can add in that have 1 star next to a number. And the 1 star means they're a little bit easier. Don't see it's got easier effects and he misses some of his things. So it's supposed to be easier. There's also 3 stars, which makes it very hard. And then there's 4-star cards that you can add to this deck. And they're super legendary hard. So we lost in basically 2 turns. So I don't know if I would play on any harder difficulty at this point. Holy cow. That is brutal. The AI is no joke. He will take your face and put it into dog poo if you don't get out of the gate really strong. I mean, really strong. I mean, he's drawing guys right off the bat, adding guys into the fight before you even have a chance to get guys. Awesome little game though. I like it a lot. I knew I would. I like deck building, and I like. Here's another thing I do like. Where's the rest of my cards? 9, 10, 11, 12. Why? I'm missing 2 of my cards. Did I put them in here somewhere? Or I bet you I put them in with the gladiators here. But I think I did shuffle this, so they could be anywhere. Or maybe they're in here. Yeah, they're not in there. All right. Somewhere they are. Somewhere. AI deck Ren, really good. If you had 3 in the middle and 1 to the right, imagine all 4 of yours were on the right. Yeah, I see that, but then you're giving the AI a free point every time. You know what I mean? Right? So, I mean, obviously, it's about min-maxing all of your actions, and obviously, first time playing, it's going to be hard to min-max all of our actions. And find out, like, what's the best use of your money? Should you buy, like, more resources early? Do you want to forgo the resources early and go after more gladiators? Because otherwise the AI is going to have gladiators out there like immediately. Unless, of course, you draw some good card and he doesn't draw a gladiator, which would be great. But most of his cards were, I mean, I think every single turn he drew a gladiator. And you can see that's right there at the top. Draw a gladiator. Draw a gladiator. That one's not draw a gladiator. That one's draw a gladiator. That's draw 2 gladiators. That is draw a gladiator in each one of those. Draw a gladiator in there. Do a damage. Draw a gladiator. Draw a gladiator. Draw a gladiator. Draw 2 gladiators. Draw a gladiator. Do some damage. Draw a gladiator. Draw a gladiator. 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 Do some damage. Refresh. We had that one time, I think, where we refreshed it. Draw a gladiator. Refresh. So obviously it depends on what cards you get. It's a great little fun game. I really like it. I do like it. Really cool ideas. Deck building. I'm looking for my cards that go into my starter deck. If you're wondering, there they are. The reason that I like this is all your starter decks actually have a little number. Like I'm number 1. So there's all of my cards have the number 1 on them. If you have another player, they would have all number 2 or number 3 or number 4. So you can find and put all your cards back together quickly and easily, as we just did, which is super cool. There you go. That's a look at For Glory, a game of gladiator combat and deck building. I did really good deck building and not so good with the gladiator combat. So I'll try to do better next time. We will definitely bring this again. I wanted to bring it before the end of the year to see if it's going to make my list, my top 100 games of all time, and it just might make it. I really liked it. I had a good time, even though I got murdered. I think the AI is a little too hard, to be honest. It needs to tone itself down a little bit. Yeah, it seems a little hard, a little rough right out of the gate. It doesn't give you any time to like set up, get a couple guys in your deck. No, it's like, I'm coming right now. You better be ready. So you better be ready. You better be ready for it. Anyways, thanks for coming out, Edward. I've been wanting to get this to the channel for Edward for so long. Since I brought it back from Origins, he's been talking about, when are you going to do For Glory? When are you going to play? When are you going to play? When are you going to play? And I've been putting it off and putting it off. And I said the other day, I said, I'm going to play for Glory for Edward. He's a great guy. A lot of help around my channel. Great support. Always coming around, leaving comments and likes and everything on the videos. And I said, I got to do that for Edward because I know he's been waiting on it and waiting on it and waiting on it. So I was like, I'm going to do it. And I did. So, Edward, this one is for you, my friend. Thank you. Have a Merry Christmas, everyone. I'm not sure if I'll be on later tonight or not. So, everyone, have a happy start of your Christmas. I'm sure I'll be on tomorrow several times as we get ready for more goodies. So, but I probably won't see you until then. So, everyone, have yourself a great Christmas morning. Make sure you enjoy those moments because let me tell you, before you know it, they're going to be gone. They're going to be gone and you won't have them. So enjoy them when you do get them. So everyone have a great Christmas morning and we'll see you next time. Until then, take care and we'll see you all down